English Learning Podcast.
Listen, learn, and effortlessly enhance your English. Hello, my amazing students. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Noel, and it brings me so much joy to connect with you each week. Remember, you can always find us and share your thoughts at EQ English Learning Podcast on all your favorite social media platforms. I love hearing about your journeys. Today, we're diving deep into a concept that profoundly changed my life and, I genuinely believe, holds the key to unlocking your greatest potential. Not just in your English journey, but in every single area of your life. Have you ever stood at the foot of a massive goal? Perhaps achieving true fluency in English, launching a new career, getting in the best shape of your life, or finally writing that book you've always dreamed of. And felt utterly overwhelmed? You look at the daunting distance between where you are now and where you want to be, and it seems so impossibly far, so colossal, that your brain just shuts down. You hesitate. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow, or I need more time, or I'm just not motivated enough. Perhaps you do manage to start, but you attempt too much, too soon. You study English for 3 intensive hours on Monday, only to feel completely exhausted and skip Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You hit the gym for a grueling 2-hour workout, only to be too sore to move for the rest of the week. This cycle, a familiar one for many of us, is often fueled by a powerful, yet misleading, belief that achieving big goals requires massive, heroic efforts. We believe we need a grand plan, an explosion of willpower, and vast, uninterrupted blocks of time to make real progress. And so, we wait. We wait for a surge of superhuman motivation, for the perfect moment that never quite arrives, or for large chunks of free time that remain perpetually elusive. I know that feeling of frustration, that nagging sense of inadequacy, intimately. For years, my biggest dream was to speak English with genuine confidence and effortless fluency. I wanted to express my thoughts and feelings authentically, to connect deeply with people from diverse cultures, to access a world of knowledge through English. But when I considered the sheer vastness of the English language, the endless vocabulary, the intricate grammar rules, the subtle nuances of pronunciation, the cultural idioms, it felt like an insurmountable mountain, like trying to climb Mount Everest in a single leap. I would attempt to study for hours, cramming dozens of new words into my head, only to find them evaporated from my memory by morning. I'd feel discouraged, tell myself I wasn't smart enough or disciplined enough, and then give up for weeks, sometimes months, only to restart the same frustrating cycle. It was an exhausting, disheartening, and honestly, a little heartbreaking experience. But then, a pivotal shift occurred. I stumbled upon a simple yet incredibly profound truth that completely reshaped my approach to learning and living: the magic of small habits. I learned that the secret to achieving even the most ambitious goals isn't about massive, earth-shattering efforts performed sporadically, but about consistent, tiny, almost unnoticeable actions performed relentlessly. It's about starting so incredibly small, so laughably easy, that your brain literally cannot find an excuse not to do it. Think of it this way. If your ultimate goal is to build a magnificent, towering sandcastle on the beach, you don't begin by trying to scoop up the entire shoreline at once. You start with one small bucket of sand, then another, then another. Each tiny scoop might seem insignificant in isolation, perhaps even trivial. But when consistently repeated over time, those individual, seemingly minor actions gradually build something truly amazing, something far grander than you could have imagined. This isn't just my personal revelation, it's a concept deeply rooted in the latest research in psychology, behavioral science, and neuroscience. Experts like B.J. Fogg, a renowned Stanford researcher and author of Tiny Habits, have dedicated their careers to understanding why we do what we do. Dr. Fogg's research demonstrates that if a habit is perceived as too big, too difficult, or too demanding, our brains inherently resist it. This resistance manifests as procrastination, feelings of inadequacy, and ultimately, giving up. It's about activation energy, the mental effort required to start a task. Big tasks have high activation energy. Tiny tasks have almost none. Similarly, James Clear, author of the best-selling book Atomic Habits, brilliantly explains the concept of the compound effect. He illustrates how small, consistent improvements, what he calls atomic habits, accumulate over time to produce truly remarkable results. It's the idea that 1% improvement each day doesn't just add up, it multiplies. This is because consistency, even in minuscule actions, builds momentum. Each tiny win creates a positive feedback loop in your brain, releasing dopamine, that wonderful feel-good neurochemical, which reinforces the behavior and makes you more likely to repeat it. It's like building momentum with a tiny, gentle push rather than a giant, exhausting shove. You trick your brain into liking the process of starting. So, how exactly does this profound principle of tiny habits apply to your English learning journey, and, more broadly, to building your best, most fulfilling life? Let's break it down into actionable, bite-sized strategies. English learning. Small habits for unstoppable fluency. Instead of setting overwhelming, intimidating English goals, let's reframe them as micro-habits. These are designed to be so simple that you literally cannot fail to complete them, fostering consistency and building powerful momentum. The 1-minute English Speak Aloud. The big goal. I need to speak English confidently every day. The tiny habit. Commit to just 1 minute of English speaking every single day. How it works. This could be describing your breakfast out loud as you eat it. This coffee is hot. I like eggs. Narrating your commute to yourself. The bus is coming now. It's a sunny day. Or recording a 60-second voice note about your feelings or plans for the day. You can talk to yourself in the mirror, to your pet, or even to a plant. Why it's powerful. This habit drastically reduces the friction of starting. It trains your brain to switch into English mode effortlessly, making the act of speaking less intimidating. It activates your vocal cords and mouth muscles, building physical comfort with the language. It also boosts your retrieval practice, pulling words from your memory and forming sentences on the fly. Doing it daily, even for just a minute, builds unparalleled consistency, transforming speaking from a daunting task into a natural part of your day. The one word, new vocabulary, integration, the big goal. I need to learn hundreds of new English. Words. The tiny habit. Commit to actively learning and using just one new English word per day. How it works. Don't just passively read it. Choose one word you encountered today, from a podcast, a book, a conversation. Look up its definition, its common collocations, words it frequently pairs with, and its pronunciation. Then, consciously try to use that word in one simple sentence out loud or in writing. That's it. One word, actively engaged with. Why it's powerful. This consistent, deep engagement with a single word makes it stick. Imagine learning 365 new words in a year, and not just knowing their definitions, but truly understanding how to use them, how they sound, and their nuances. This is far more effective than trying to cram 20 words and forgetting 18 of them by the next day. It's quality over quantity, building a robust, usable vocabulary one brick at a time. The 5-minute focused English listen. The big goal. I need to understand English effortlessly. The tiny habit. Commit to just 5 minutes of focused, active English listening each day. How it works. This could be part of this podcast, a short news segment, a snippet from your favorite English TV show, or a short educational video. The key is focused listening. Not just background noise, but actively trying to understand. You can do this while brushing your teeth, waiting for coffee to brew, walking to your car, or doing a quick chore. Why it's powerful. Even 5 minutes of active listening, truly concentrating on sounds, intonation, and meaning, significantly trains your ear. It exposes you to natural speech patterns, improves your comprehension of spoken English, and helps you pick up on subtle nuances that you might miss in longer, less focused sessions. It builds your listening stamina without feeling like a chore. The one-sentence English journal entry. The big goal. I need to improve my English writing skills. The tiny habit. Commit to writing just one simple sentence in English about your day or a thought you have. How it works. It can be as straightforward as, today was sunny, I felt tired this morning, I drank coffee, or this podcast was helpful. Don't worry about perfect grammar or complex ideas. Just get one thought down. Why it's powerful. This tiny habit builds writing confidence and helps you internalize grammar and sentence structure naturally. Writing a single sentence removes the pressure of perfection or length, making it an incredibly sustainable daily practice. Over weeks and months, these single sentences will naturally and effortlessly blossom into short paragraphs, then longer entries, and you'll find yourself writing in English without even realizing the transformation. 5. The one pronunciation power-up. The big goal. I need to perfect my English accent. The tiny habit. Commit to just looking up the pronunciation of one word you're unsure about, or one you heard incorrectly, and repeating it out loud 3 times, focusing on the sounds. How it works. Use an online dictionary that offers audio pronunciation. Listen carefully, then try to mimic it exactly. For example, if you struggle with the sounds, find a word like through or think. Listen and repeat. Why it's powerful. Consistent, small attention to pronunciation adds up dramatically over time. You're slowly refining your mouth movements, your tongue placement, and your ability to produce English sounds accurately, making your overall speech clearer, more understandable, and more natural. It's a targeted, low-effort way to chip away at accent challenges. Life beyond English. The universal power of small habits. The incredible power of small habits isn't limited to language learning. It's a universal principle that applies to any area of your life where you seek significant lasting change. For your physical health. The big goal. I need to exercise consistently. The tiny habit. Do one single push-up or one squat. 1. Stretch when you wake up or drink one extra glass of water before breakfast. Why it works. This tiny action creates a trigger and a sense of immediate victory. Often, that one push-up naturally leads to 2, then 5, or that one glass of water prompts another healthy choice. The primary goal is consistency and habit. Formation, not immediate intensity. It overcomes the mental barrier of starting a workout. For your financial well-being, the big goal. I need to save a lot of money. The tiny habit. Commit to checking your bank balance for just 30 seconds every morning, or transferring just $1 into a dedicated savings account each day. Why it works. Awareness is the crucial first step to financial change. A small, consistent, saving habit, no matter how insignificant the amount seems, builds discipline and creates a powerful psychological shift towards financial responsibility. Over months and years, that consistent $1 a day, or even just $10 a week, compounds into a surprisingly significant sum for your mental and personal growth. The big goal: I need to meditate daily, or I need to read more. The tiny habit: take one single deep breath before starting your workday, or read just one page of a nonfiction book before bed. Why it works. These tiny moments of mindfulness or learning prevent overwhelm and integrate beneficial practices seamlessly into your daily routine. They allow growth to happen almost unconsciously, building mental resilience and expanding your knowledge base without feeling like a burdensome task. For strengthening relationships. The big goal: I need to spend more quality time with my loved ones. The tiny habit: send one genuine text message to a friend or family member each day, or give one sincere compliment to a colleague. Why it works. Connection and strong relationships are built on consistent, small acts of kindness, attention, and appreciation. These tiny gestures, often overlooked, strengthen bonds, foster goodwill, and create a powerful ripple effect of positive interactions in your social circle. Overcoming obstacles. The resilient nature of tiny habits. The true genius of small habits lies in their incredible resilience. What happens if you miss a day? Absolutely nothing catastrophic. That's the profound beauty of this approach. If you miss your 1 minute of English today, or your one push-up, it's not a monumental failure that derails your entire plan. You don't abandon the whole endeavor. You simply pick it up tomorrow. The key, as James Clear emphasizes, is to embrace the never miss twice rule. If you miss one day, forgive yourself, acknowledge it, and make sure you don't miss 2 days in a row. This mindset removes the crushing pressure of perfectionism, which is often the silent saboteur of bigger, more intimidating goals. It teaches you self-compassion and adaptability, recognizing that life happens, but your commitment to growth remains. Remember, the ultimate goal here is not perfection, but consistency. It's not about doing a tremendous amount of work some of the time. It's about doing something, however small, almost all of the time. This consistent effort, even when it's minimal, keeps the momentum going and prevents you from falling off track entirely. This leads us to the most powerful concept of all when it comes to small habits: the compounding effect. Think of it like compound interest in finance, where small, consistent investments grow exponentially over time, not just linearly. $1 invested regularly eventually becomes a fortune. Similarly, tiny habits, when consistently applied, over months and years, compound in your life to produce truly massive, even astonishing, results. 1 minute of English-speaking practice today might seem trivial, almost insignificant. But that 1 minute, consistently repeated every single day for a year, accumulates to 365 minutes, which is over 6 hours of active, focused speaking practice. That one new word learned and integrated daily means 365 robustly learned new words in a year. That one page of a book read daily translates to reading a 365-page book every single year. These seemingly insignificant, almost unnoticeable efforts, when diligently and consistently applied over extended periods, over months, years, or even decades, add up to truly massive, life-altering transformations. You might not see dramatic, immediate changes overnight, and that's often why people abandon bigger, more ambitious goals. But if you commit to the tiny habit, if you trust the process, you will suddenly look back after 6 months, a year, or 5 years and be utterly astonished at how far you've come. Your English fluency will have blossomed, your physical health will have demonstrably improved, your knowledge base will have expanded exponentially, and your life will have transformed in ways you never thought possible, all built on the solid, powerful foundation of those tiny daily triumphs. Your unstoppable journey starts now. The tiny action. Step so, my amazing student. I urge you to take a moment right now. Don't let this just be another engaging podcast episode you listen to. Let it be a powerful catalyst for profound, lasting change in your life. Identify just one tiny habit you can commit to for your English learning, or for any area of your life where you deeply desire to see growth. Can you choose to speak English for just 60 seconds today? Can you find just one new word and consciously try to use it in a sentence? Can you commit to reading just one page of an English book? Can you send one genuine, heartfelt text message to a friend or family member today? Can you do one single push-up or stretch when you feel tired? Make it so incredibly small, so effortlessly easy, that it feels almost absurd to not do it. Choose your tiny habit and then, crucially, pick a specific time or trigger for it. A trigger is something you already do regularly, like, after I finish my morning coffee, I will say one sentence in English. Or, when I sit down to work, I will open my English dictionary for 30 seconds. This linking of a new habit to an existing one makes it even easier to stick. And remember to celebrate your success, even if it's just a mental, "Yes, I did it," after completing your tiny habit. The journey to English fluency, and indeed to building your best life, isn't about grand, intimidating leaps of faith. It's about countless small, consistent, and remarkably powerful steps. And you, my dedicated student, are absolutely capable of taking those steps. Your future self, a more confident, fluent, and fulfilled version of you, will thank you immensely for starting small today. Thank you for spending this valuable time with me on the English Learning Podcast today. I truly hope this detailed episode inspires you to embrace the transformative power of tiny habits and to wholeheartedly believe in the incredible, compounding impact of consistent, micro-triumphs in your life. Until next time, keep taking those tiny, unstoppable steps, and remember, your growth journey is just beginning. I am so proud of you for showing up.